Jet. Jet.
I am student athlete.
That, one more time. You big time.
I am a student athlete.
There you go.
I am student athlete.
Yes. I am student athlete. Also, I'm your host, Jabril Rashad. I want to thank you all for joining me on another episode of the Replay. I am student athlete, one mic episode. Tonight, I have a special guest, or three special guests, that is. I'm going to be talking with Miss Selena Darwin of the Texas Legends and Jay Darwin, better known as Jeremiah Darwin, and her oldest son, Renell Darwin. We're talking about sports, education, NIL, and where we're going as far as the wave of the future with our youth. So I'm not going to delay any further. I'm going to bring them to the stage. Good evening, Selena. Good evening, Jeremiah J. Darwin. And good evening, Ronell. How are y'all doing this evening?
You're doing good.
Doing well. Doing well.
Fantastic.
Good.
Appreciate you for having us.
Good. Thank you for joining me. It is an honor to have you guys on I Am Student Athletes. This is the Replay One mic, however, because I'm the only one that's here. Normally, I'm doing this show. I got several people with me. So we're going to have a little fun this evening. I want to be able to talk to you guys as high school students. I know, Jay, you're still in the 8th grade, but we'll be getting there real soon because this semester is almost over with. So, Selena, I want to start with you first because, you know, you're originally from Abilene, and you was a high school basketball player, and you went to college at Abilene. All those are true facts, right? And I think if they'd have had a WNBA
Yes.
back then, if they'd have had WNBA back then, I think you've been sitting real pretty by now. Well, I
Possibly.
want to talk possibly. Well, I want to talk with you about your journey, because your journey actually led to your boys playing sports, especially with Jeremiah, aka Jay. And you started, I think, back in 2015, 2016, the Texas Legends organization, youth organization. Tell us a little bit about that organization and what motivated you to start that organization.
All right, sounds good. So actually, what inspired me is Ronell. So when he was younger than Jay, I think, he asked about me starting up my own organization. I'm in the hospitality business, so I had the Texas Legends G League, their opponent teams stay at my hotel. So I gathered a really great relationship with the general manager there. Asked them if we could be able to use their names or logos or colors, and to develop a youth program. And they were very excited about it. So they said, yeah, absolutely. And that's how that came about.
Great. So I think around about 2020, we was all in the COVID. It seemed like the world had kind of stopped then, and you had to kind of slow that process down. So tell me, what was it like, during that time? Here you are, you have a youth program that you're coaching, and you love doing what it is that you're doing. Because trust me, I've been out there in on the football field, of course, but working with our youth and so forth, it's so much joy. So what was it like for you when you had to put it on pause?
Well, it was a little disturbing because, they shut down the world and shut down the basketball gyms. But I wanted to make sure that Jeremiah did not lose any type of momentum. So I took that time to build a half court in our backyard for Jay. So he could still continue to train. And if I had other basketball players that wanted to continue to train and not lose momentum, they were able to come over as well. So we just made sure that we just kept basketball going for Jay so he didn't lose any type of momentum, and until we were able to kind of get back into the gyms.
Oh, that was great. I mean, I'm glad you didn't stop because, people had to adjust, especially during those times. We had to make do with the situation, the hand that was dealt. And I think a lot of people did edit, a lot of things out of their life and made those adjustments. But after you did that, you decided not to go back to revamp the Texas Legend, but you started focusing your attention on Jeremiah, aka Jay. And so what was that like? What was that conversation leading up to that? Was it something that you just automatically just decided to do, or was it something that he said like, "Hey, mom, I got the basketball itch"? So what was that like?
So we started to see when COVID was over and the gym started coming back. We started seeing Jay progress with AAU. Mainly his main team was Max Levels. And it was really hard for me to be able to focus on Texas Legends and also, continue to make sure he had the right training, development and so forth. So I made the decision after talking with Ronell that our best bet was to shut down Texas Legends and just focus on Jeremiah.
Well, speaking about Jeremiah, I'm going to come his way now because you spoke about training. I got a little, just very short clip here. You talk about putting in the work. I've seen him. I've seen him put that work in.
Sometimes God takes you on a journey you didn't know you needed to bring you everything you ever wanted. Trust the plan.
And I've seen the posts. I've seen these posts that you've put out with Jay and Ronell. I see you as a big brother, man. Let me applaud you too, man. Taking that mantle, helping your little brother, man, trying to inspire him and get him to where you all are trying to go to perfect that. And it takes a lot of hard work and dedication. So what has that been like to you, Ronell, as far as a brother, big brother, being there, watching your little brother put the work in?
Yeah, it's been a very exciting journey as I continue to kind of put energy, effort, and try to help Jeremiah elevate his craft, his game. It's also been teaching me a lot. I've learned a lot throughout this journey, which keeps me wanting to learn more about myself, my craft, and the importance of consistency and discipline, and just wanted to instill that at an early age for Jeremiah.
Man, that's great, man. I'm sitting here, man, just looking at you two guys, man. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. Well, Jay, I'm gonna come to you now. I know. So tell me, what has it been like working, out with your big brother, and of course you got a lot of great coaches. Your mom have told me about. So shout out to all the coaches who have mentored and helped you train and just there not only for you but for our other youth, also in basketball and these youth sports. But what has that been like for you? Having your big brother there right there with you?
It's been good. He been with me since day one, always challenging me, always pushing me to my goals. So I really thank him.
Well, I want you to get used to these interviews, man. I want you to get used to them. Okay, I'm gonna keep this one in the archive because I got a funny feeling that this is going to be a lot more interviews to come. So now let me show you a picture, Jay, and let me see if you remember this picture right here. Tell me about that photo right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that photo.
It looked like you all was in a tournament or somewhere with the rest of your teammates. What's the name of this team right here? Is this in high school or AAU? I mean, not high school, excuse me, junior high school, I should say. I don't know why I'm trying to push you up the high school level. You're not there quite yet, but this is AAU, I believe.
Yes, sir.
It is? Okay.
Whoville.
Okay. And what's that you holding in your hand? Look like you got a MVP trophy from that tournament you all was in.
Yes, sir. We had won a championship in Vegas.
Oh, out in Vegas. Okay. Well, Selena, what was that like for him? I guess he got the MVP. That's the championship trophy.
It was pretty exciting for him. That was actually his first travel to actually go and travel with him. And since that time is when he really got noticed with other teams, and which put more focus on him with me and Ronell. We started to realize that, yeah, we've got to really start kind of putting a resume for say together for him.
Okay, and how long are you still involved with the AAU, or is it just strictly now we're just focusing on getting to the next level? Because I saw somewhere where you talked about there was a couple of schools or high schools that you all was looking to attend next year. Didn't want to go to Lancaster. I think you're currently at Hampton Prep, which my oldest son and daughter graduated from actually. But next year you're looking at going to Kimball. So what is it about Kimball that caught your eye more than anything? All the other schools. Now I'm talking to Selena. It don't matter.
Well, what caught my eye is academics. Jeremiah actually came to me and said, "Mom, I'm ready to kind of pursue something a little bit more challenging to get a better basketball." So we had to find the best of both worlds. How could we get the academic and still be able to find a good basketball program? And from what we did some researching on, it seemed like Kimball was the best bet because of their collegiate program that Jeremiah was accepted into.
Well, that's good. I know you have to go through your checks and balances when you're looking at these schools, because you don't want to have a situation where you get over there in one particular program, academically speaking. And I know, Jay, you're really good in the classroom. I think you're carrying about a 3.0 GPA, correct?
Yes,
about
sir.
a 3.0? Okay, that's great, man. 'Cause that's what we're about.
Mhm.
We're about grade first. I always keep that in mind. We're always talking about, the sports, but they put the student before the athlete for a reason. So they call it student athlete and not the other way around. It's not athlete student. And since I'm saying that too, Selena, I want to come to you on this particular question. So, because what is your take on this? We talked about this a little bit on Monday on the program when we were discussing about today's youth sports as well as the NIL towards the future, because he have an opportunity. Who knows the next 3 to 4, 5 years. Who knows? He keep putting in the work. Someone will be knocking at your door. But when you think about where we are today in terms of the sports and the academics, do you think that they're placing a little bit too much on the sports and not having enough balance? But how do you feel about that, Selena?
So I'm really big on the academics, and yes, I do feel like they put more on the sports just from your. So, like I said, really big academically. Yes, we all would want him to go to college ball and become an NBA player. That's his goal as well. But with the percentages out there, we want to make sure that we can, strive to him what's more important, and that's on the academic side.
Absolutely, I concur 100%. Because we tell the young students today and young athletes, you can't be a professional in life because not everybody's going to make it to the NBA. Not everybody's going to make it to, to play Major League Baseball, even football. But you can't be a professional in life. But I'll never tell a child if they have a, dream big. Always dream big. You're going to dream anyway, so dream big. If your goal is to see yourself playing hopefully in the NBA one day, then make that your goal. But just know that there has to be some balance to it. And don't ever forget that the student part is so important, because a good friend of mine by the name of Darrell Williams and his wife Lisa Williams has another program called Sports Business Institute, where we try to teach the students about the business behind the sports. We talked about a friend of mine who was on Monday. One of his son was playing football for Nevada, and now he's a sports agent. So that's something even Ronell can look into in terms of the future for himself, the business behind sports, because you can be a professional in other industries if you choose to be. But keep putting in the work because I truly believe what's meant for you is meant for you. And if it's not meant for you, it definitely won't pass you
Mhm.
by. Because if it passes you by, that means that it wasn't meant for you. But there are other avenues, and that's what we try to advocate here at the replay with I Am Student Athlete. So, Ronell, let me ask you this question. Because how old are you now, Ronell?
I'm 21 years old.
Man, I'm thinking you 16, man. Oh man,
Yes,
21,
sir.
21. Oh, that's good,
Yes, sir.
man. And there's a gap between you guys. So at 21, um, you certainly have an opportunity to have an impact and make that impact like you're doing with your brother, man, because it's so important that they have those role models to look at, and encouraging him and giving him those words of wisdom in times of when he's down and when he's not feeling like putting that work in, because
Mhm.
there's so many peaks and valleys in sports. And again, depending on who you surround your circle with, certain people will always try to push you in this direction, and you wind up there's a little bit of slippage because there's no balance. So right now, what would you say would be some things that Jay, and I'm gonna come to you on this too, Jay, because I want to know from you, but I want to know from right now, because he has a little bit more age on you and he's been working out with you. But as far as what you can see as a big brother, what do you see that he needs to get stronger at in his basketball game?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I feel a ball player is the things that we don't see, right? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Absolutely, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So I think it would be the things that we don't see, uh, such as the discipline, the consistency, the tenacity, because you'll have those moments where you feel like giving up. You feel like, oh, I don't want to work out today. And so those go work out and you do continue even when you think you're tired. So those are some things that I learned that I really, really think would contribute to his success as a basketball player and as a person, as he grows into his adolescent years and as he grows into his adult years, will carry him. Whether he decides to pursue basketball or decides to pursue business or any other profession.
Well, Jay, what about yourself? If you, I mean, when you look at yourself going up against competition, and you're looking at other, young boys that's in your age group, what do you see? How you can, strengthen and get better at what it is that you're trying to achieve?
Oh, I've been training all my life, so like the moment I step on the court, I feel like I could just own everybody. And like if you put a defender in front of my face, I feel like I could just if you just put a defender in my face, I feel like I could just destroy you. So I'm a like nothing. He can't just stop me. He cannot stop me from getting to where I want to be in life.
So who's one of your favorite players in the NBA right now? Is there anybody in the NBA you try to model your game after? Steph Curry, Damon Lillard. I mean, who do you, when you think about the today's NBA players, who do you look at and say, man, I kind of model my game, or is it just they get to his level?
Steph Curry. I model my players with Steph Curry.
Steph Curry. That's not a bad
Yes,
person to
sir.
try to model. You got a lot of. Hey, Steph is one I think is hands down. I mean, I've been watching this game for a very, very long time, and he is definitely the greatest shooter that I've ever seen in the NBA. So that's not a bad individual to model your game after. Now, are you a Dallas Mavericks fan? Please tell me you are.
Yes, yes.
You're not just saying it because I'm saying it, are you?
Nah, I do be watching him.
Okay. But you say your favorite NBA team is the Dallas Mavericks, or who? Or you like the Lakers? Who you like?
I really don't have a preference. I like the Mavericks. the Mavs. I like the Warriors. It just like
Oh, kind of like
I like
I got a
a
friend
little
of
bit of
mine.
both.
You like them both? Yeah. I have a friend of mine. Uh he likes players. He don't necessarily like teams. He like players. So I guess uh say if it was LeBron James and he was playing again like with the Miami Heat or the Cleveland Cavs or the Lakers, whoever he likes at that moment, that's the team he'll root for. Me myself personally, I've been rooting for the Dallas Mavericks since we got them in 1980 because prior to then we didn't have an NBA basketball team in Dallas. So I had my favorite, well, it really was the player more than the team, but it was the Philadelphia 76ers until Dallas finally got their team in 1980. So I just want to show you a little something too, man. Let you know you're not there by yourself. Do you recognize this guy right here? I'm having a little fun with you right now. That was me. That's me. I just want to show you that picture because it goes by so fast. Okay? Can you hear me okay? That was a picture of me.
Yeah,
That was a picture of me at the age of 17. I just want you to see that to show you how fast time goes by. I was in my basketball uniform playing for Wilmer Hutchins High School, but I loved it in three sports, but I wind up, deciding to go to college on a football scholarship. Okay. But I had to show you that picture because I want you to know that everything that you're doing today goes towards the future of tomorrow. And never, never, never take it for granted. You don't want to look back over your life and you say to yourself, I wish I'd have done this a little bit more. I wish I'd have put a little bit more time in. I wish I would have studied a little bit harder in the classroom because it'll go by so fast. I didn't have a lick of gray. Now I got a little bit grays and stuff like that. But I want you to see that because I've been sitting in your seat. I've sat in your seat once upon a time, and I know the journey, what it takes to get there. I think you have your mom who loves you to death. She's a strong supporter. You have your brother who's supporting you, and I truly believe that you're one of the young people that I've been watching who's been putting the work in. More importantly, you've been putting the work in, and I want you to continue to work on that and continue to do that. Is that a deal? Okay, so Selena, I want to before we wrap it up here. I mean, I got probably about well, I got probably about another 30 minutes. We'll try to get some of this out. I want to ask. I had a question here regarding schools and colleges. Does it matter at this point in time if there's a particular school, a preference of choice that he likes, or you all have talked about schools in the future? Because to me, it's never too late to begin that process as far as schools. So have you all had any conversations about that outside of, I know, high school? You made the decision to go to Kimball next year. I think that's where you said you would be going because they have that collegiate program. But is there any schools that you think about in the future as far as college? Because I remember I started my freshman year thinking about, I just knew I was going to college. So is there any college that you have in mind, Selena or Jade, that y'all talked about, or Ronell? Can y'all hear me? Okay, probably having a little bit of technical difficulty, but we'll get through it. Could y'all hear the question? Okay. Yeah, just a little bit of delay. So, is there any
yeah. What
colleges
type
that you
of
all
college?
have? Okay, y'all have had that conversation. Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a favorite
Go ahead,
college that you're
Angel.
looking at?
Oh, I was looking at you.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out, but we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I was just trying. You said what college was that again, Jay? He kind of cut in out. I didn't hear you toward the
UNT.
end. UNT, North Texas Eagles, huh? Well, I tell you what, I think you said UNT, the Mean Green. Is it what they used to call them? If that's the case, I mean, I hadn't heard too many people mention the UNT, but that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. But the Dukes and the Kentuckys and all those individuals could come calling. And, the USC's. Can you see yourself playing basketball out of the state of Texas?
Yeah.
I think we just got a little bit of delay, but that's okay. You heard the question, right? Okay. I think you all are back with me. I can tell this a little bit probably when you guys is in because my screen is clear on my side.
Not the last part.
Not the last part. Okay. Did
Yep.
you hear the question regarding UNT? You all didn't hear that part?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I was just only asking, could you see yourself playing outside the state of Texas? Because you said you like UNT, right? Did I hear you right? UNT, North Texas?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
I think the work that you're putting in, there's a possibility you might be playing for Duke University, USC, one of those big power schools. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'd love to see you talent up at North Texas or the Texas Longhorns or whatever you decide that's gonna make you happy. But the biggest thing is getting that education. Getting that education that's so important. So, Selena, is there anything that you want to be able to say while we're, before we get ready to wrap the show up regarding Jay and Ronell, and you got two great boys. You're raising them right.
Thank you.
That's all. Okay. Okay, I think we're back a little bit stronger now, I think. Yeah, so I was saying, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you're quite welcome. Like I said, I got a call, like I said, because again, one has already graduated high school, and you have one that's going to be starting high school next year, and he's a student athlete. I want to take the time out to bring him on. I've been watching you put the work in, Jay. I'm going to try to make some of your games in the future, man. I got to do that. Not sure if I can get maybe I guess y'all season about over with. Are y'all still playing right now? Or is y'all season over with?
Yes, sir. I'll see something.
It's over with. Okay, well, like I said, I look forward to God willing, being able to come catch you play someday, man. You keep putting that work in, and I can promise you this. If you stay focused, and keep putting that work in, never quit. Listen to your big brother, listen to your coaches, and never give up. Listen to your mom, remain, focused. And I tell people all the time, I tell my own children, focus means following one's course until successful. Just stay focused. Don't get distracted. When you're tired, just you got to dig deeper, because I think I've seen some of the things that I've seen that improvement. I've seen it. I mean, I wouldn't tell you that if I hadn't seen it. I mean, I see you improving, and you can get better and better. So I want you to know that the replay, you got my support. I'm Coach Rashad. You can look me up, hit me up anytime. We're gonna do this again too, Selena. As the future continues to move in front of us, because I like to have him back on when he get up in high school and find out
Yeah.
what was his first year like. Yeah, but I'm proud of you, son, and I appreciate you all coming on. I'm here for you if you need me, and we'll do this again. I'm gonna be watching from behind the scene. So you make sure, like I say, we're about student athlete first and getting those grades. Okay. So that's going to conclude another show here on the replay. This is the I Am Student Athlete part. And I'm so glad. Thank you guys for coming on. This is Selena Darwin. She's with her son Jay Darwin, as well as Ronell Darwin. Darwin, and I'm telling you, y'all guys got to look out for Jeremiah, aka Jay Darwin. He's gonna have a bright future. Whether if he make it in the professional ranks, That's yet to be seen, but we hope and pray that he will be an excellent human being as well as a professional in life. So this have been the replay, guys. Don't y'all forget to subscribe, like, and share. We're still growing the channel. We're going to continue to do this, and we'll be back and doing this again. So again, thank you guys for coming on. I really, really appreciate it. Selena, we've been talking about this, was able to finally do it. So I'm glad that we finally put it together. Is there anything y'all want to say goodbye?
Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, y'all enjoy yourself. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe.
Excited to be a
replay.
part of it.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us on another episode of the replay. This is I Am Student Athlete. Good night, and we'll see you soon.